Guys, how's it going? It's Joy and I'm back. Hope that all is well with everyone. Hope that you guys had a great great weekend, off to a new start. This is Sunday, July the 11th. It's a little smoothie that I made. It's pretty good. So, welcome everybody. We're here with another video. If this is you guys' first time watching me, my name is Joy and I am a narcissist abuse coach. I have been dealing with narcissists since 2010, and since 2016, I have been helping people heal, move on, and recover and overcome narcissistic abuse. So that is my story. Today I have a good topic. It might be a quick live depending on how many people come in a room, but you guys come on and pile in and make sure you guys give this video a like, share this, and subscribe if you have not already. And please feel free to chime in on any thoughts or anything that you guys want to say in regards to this topic. So shout out to Haley once again. She did leave me another comment. And before I do read the topic, I wanted to make sure, because I know I did receive some other comments, and I just want to make sure that I'm reading it all. Because sometimes it's so weird, like I'll see your comment, but sometimes depending on YouTube, it may not post, but I can actually see like the preview of it, but I can't read the full comment. But let's see here. Let's see what we got. Okay. Yeah, I think that was it. There was one from Colum he wrote on my last video, but we'll kind of continue on. But yes, you guys, so today we're going to be talking about, does the narc miss their ex? I do believe Haley was the one that asked me that underneath my other post that my other video that I made. And I think that's a really good question, because some people really want to know, does the narcissist miss their ex? Whether, you were their ex, which a lot of us, we were, or, maybe you could be a supply to the narc right now. And you're wondering, do they miss the person that they used to talk to? Usually they're not missing that person out of love, or it could have been you. They're just missing what they got from you. They're probably missing that attention, that admiration, whatever you supplied the narcissist with, they're probably missing that, whether it could have been sex, it could have been money, it could have been, just, unfortunately, you could have been an emotional punching bag for the narcissist. They may miss that. They may miss bullying you. They may miss demeaning you and degrading you. And, they could miss love bombing you and then devaluing you and putting you down and humiliating you and embarrassing you. So that's probably what the narcissist missed, but it's not like they're missing you out of love. They're missing you because, they realize what they did wrong. They made a mistake and, they want to come back, change persons. That's not the reason why they would miss you. If they do miss you, it's just because they're missing what they extracted and what they got from you. So I know that may not be the answer, most of us want to hear, but, it's the truth. And for me, I always know they say the truth shall set you free. And I'm not a preacher or anything like that, but that's something that I do believe to be true. So, and you guys, share your comments, thoughts, feedback. I love to hear, and make sure you guys give this video a like as well. And if you guys like my content, you want to support my channel with the continuation of me making videos, you can always donate to the channel. I'll actually leave that here in the live chat. So it's for Cashapp, it's $ Coach Joy 510. Or for PayPal, thank y'all for the like. I appreciate y'all. And if you want to leave a donation through the PayPal, you can do it at livenarcfree9@gmail.com. And it doesn't have to be a lot, you guys. It could literally be $1, $2, $3, whatever. It all helps, like I said, just the continuation of me making these videos and giving you guys good content. So But yeah, so some of us, we may wonder if the narcissist misses their ex or if they're missing us. And I do believe I made a video about this. This probably was maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. But yes, they don't really miss you, the individual, like for what you bring to the table, or like the beautiful being that you are, the beautiful spirit that you are, they don't miss that. They miss what they can get from you. So yeah, that was pretty much that. I know Kalam said he blocked his ex-girlfriend on TikTok, but she was still able to see the videos. How can that be? And I actually don't have a TikTok, but I'm pretty sure there's a way around, the blocking. Maybe this person could have maybe created another page, I'm guessing. And then he also said, she talked about her new, I'm guessing new boyfriend, like he was her future and so. But yeah, I'm not able to see the full comment though. I don't know why. I guess YouTube, they like took it off or something. YouTube is weird sometimes. But yes, you guys, narcissists have a way of getting around systems, and a lot of them know that you don't want to have nothing to do with them, especially after they like betrayed you or they lied to you. They know that. But again, they can make fake Facebook pages or fake TikTok accounts and hack into other people's accounts to get contact, to reach out to you. But yeah, they have a way around getting around that kind of stuff. And Gary, hey, you said the narc doesn't have exes, they have friends. Hint, hint. Yeah, you said that before. Yeah, so I know, Gary, you were talking about this before, about how the narc, I guess the one you were dealing with, said that they had it was a friend, but it was really an ex. Yeah, narcissists do that. They'll have basically people, like old supply, pretty much. People that used to give them attention or used to stroke their ego or do whatever they did for the narc. They'll have them kind of like, they call it the narc harem. And these are people, they're not going anywhere. They may know that the narcissist is a narc and others don't. And some of them probably don't even care. But this is people that the narcissist can always go back to whenever they, whatever the narc is looking for. They feel like they can always go back to them. They're not going to judge them. They're not going to turn them down. They're always going to allow the narcissist to be in their lives, And so you could be a new person that they're talking to, or a new supply, and you're confused, or like, oh, like, who's this person? And you may think that they're a friend, but it could be an ex in disguise, because narcissists, again, they never let their victims go. Whether that person knows that they were a victim or not, they're still going to have that person in their lives regardless. So they may not even know that they're a victim, but they're still, it could just be the narcissist is just going to keep that person as a friend with benefits, or just a home girl or a home guy, whatever it is, or quote unquote friend, so, but yeah, that person is probably always, around the narc. So, but, yeah, I like how you said that though, Gary. And you guys, please feel free to ask me questions as well. Chime in. I love to hear y'all's feedback on, how are you guys dealing with the narcissist? How's that transition going? Are you guys still with the narc? Have you overcame them? Are you still working on that? Are you in the healing process? How is the healing process going for all of you? I would love to hear. And hi, Deidre. How are you? Welcome, everyone. So, yeah. And hey, how are y'all doing today on a Sunday? Now, my experience though, like, I would think myself, I'm like, well, man, does the narcissist miss me? Is the narcissist thinking about me? I would think that to myself. But again, it wasn't that they missed me, like Joy, for who Joy really was. It was just like they missed abusing me, like the narc does not care about any of their victims or their victims or survivors. They only care about us, only what we can do for them. You get what I'm saying? So it's really sad. It really is. And you would think like, well, man, how could a person be like that? And it's just they don't care about doing that inner work, or they don't care about, working on themselves or fixing themselves. They just want to continue to keep living their life and keep hurting people because they feel like they've been hurt, and nobody is safe from being hurt. Like, yeah, you're out in the world, you're living your life, and yeah, you're going to get hurt. That's the reality, unfortunately. So Gary, you said, do feel that narcissists ever get rejected because they make it seem that everyone wants them? Yeah, they get rejected. Yeah. And if they get rejected, that causes a narc injury. And when they get that narc injury, then their ego just kind of goes all the way down. I feel like I probably rejected the narc that I was talking to. Although we were dating, he was quote unquote trying to take me, I guess, from being a side chick to being like his first girlfriend, and I rejected that, and he didn't like that. And, from that point on, he was out to get me. He was plotting against me. He wanted me basically to self-destruct, and he meant everything that he said and everything that he did towards me, the belittling and the humiliating and embarrassing me in front of like friends and making me feel less than. He meant that. And, gaslighting me. And I'm not like pointing the finger like, oh yeah, it was all the narc. I mean, because I had a part to play too. That's one of the things that I always tell people whenever, they either get a session or inquire about my coaching program. I'm actually looking at you because at the end of the day, yeah, the narc did come into your life, but what was the reason why you stayed with the narc for so long? Like, what was it about them, And so I like to look at the root problem, the core problem. And I try to turn it back onto us because we had a responsibility to play in that relationship and in that dynamic. It wasn't just all about the narcissist. You know what I mean? But hopefully that was helpful though, Gary. But yeah, the narcissist definitely gets rejected. Deidre, you said, I honestly dated a narcissist for the first time, I think like 5 years ago. And ever since I found you found that he was a narcissist. I never knew how sick they really were. Yeah, they're very sick, very manipulative, very cunning, egotistical, all about themselves. They don't care who they hurt. Anything that they do, they solely only want it to benefit them, and they don't care if anybody else, gets there or if they're happy or not. It's really about them. Yeah, it's really sick. I mean, honestly, I didn't know about this either, you guys. I had no clue, and this was my first time experiencing this stuff back in 2010. I had no idea, and they're really about making they want to feel like other people are beneath them. They always talking down on people, and they're like, oh, well, look at them. Like they want to feel superior, although a lot of them do feel inferior, but they kind of use it as a cover up, But really, in actuality, nobody is really superior over anyone. It's like everybody should be at equal. People, because everybody's like spirits living in a human body, but because, the way that the world is and how society is, some people feel like they're better because of how they look, but it's like, that's all an illusion, But yeah, Deidre, they're very insecure. Yes, they are very selfish. And psychic Dashchin, the vampire slayer, my astrological sign? I'm a Taurus. How about yourself? I'm a Taurus sun, Cancerian moon, and I'm a Pisces rising. And I do my readings on Friday, you guys, if any of you guys want to tune in. And if you guys want to book a personal or private reading, that information is on my website. Oh, and if you are waiting for a reading, that usually does take roughly 48 to 72 hours. So just a heads up with that. And Deidre, you said they just blame the person, losers. It's always poor them. Yeah, they never take accountability for their actions. They never take responsibility for what they do. They lack empathy. They lack the ability to love due to, them being hurt, due to them having experience, and they never looked inside of themselves to do work on them because they always want to feel like they're never the problem. They want to, say that it's everybody else's fault. So they feel like, oh, they don't need to change because in their sick mind, it's nothing wrong with them, But to be honest with you, I don't really like name call. I'm just like looking at their actions. I'm like, okay, if you're doing this to like an innocent person, this person hasn't even hurt you. Like, this is a new individual in your life. Like, you shouldn't be mistreating them. Like, they haven't done anything to deserve that. But for me, I guess the only name calling that I would do, I would just say that they're cowards, because they don't do that to people that I guess in their mind they feel is better than them or makes more money than them or looks better than them or whatever. They don't do that to everybody. I guess in their mind, they only do that to people that in their crazy mind is less than them or whatever. So yeah, it's crazy. And Deidre, you said they don't do things from their heart. Exactly. They do things because they expect something in return. And when they don't get, they think the person's a jerk. You're so right. Yeah. Because I will give you an example, Deidre. So you guys know, or if you don't know, the story on how I met the narc that I was dealing with, because he was a music producer online. So he produced music and he was teaching people how to make beats. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool. And only reason why I was intrigued by it, because my whole life I have been involved with music. Like, I sang in church. You guys know how that is, sang for fun. And you guys remember that TV show called Making a Band? Like, I was such a huge fanatic, and I was like, dude, like, that would be so cool to like make my own music. And just like randomly, I just ran across the Narc on YouTube, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I like reached out to him, and we started connecting on Twitter, and it was cool. But really though, he was teaching me how to make music, but he wasn't doing it like from the kindness of his heart. He was doing it because he was trying to, I mean, of course, yeah, like make profit because yeah, he had a business, but at the same time, he was doing it because he was trying to get something from me. But when I turned him down, yeah, I don't like the curse, but basically all hell broke loose from there. He started plotting against me and trying to sabotage my life, and comparing me with exes and comparing me maybe even with other random people. He didn't like that. He didn't like that at all. That I basically said, no, I don't want to be your side chick. No, I don't want to be your second girlfriend. No, I don't. I don't want to accept that lifestyle. He was trying to train me and groom me to accept that kind of lifestyle. So, but yeah, I definitely feel you, Deidre, on that. And then Psychic, you said that's my favorite sign of all. Really? A Taurus? You said, oh, you're a Pisces, and Aquarius, cusp moon, Aquarius, Gemini, Cancer, cusp rising. Okay, cool. Do you do readings, Psychic, Dashton? And Kalam, hello. You said your ex-girlfriend tried contacting you and telling you how unprofessional I act at work when I don't even speak to her at all. She also talked about her new, is that her new guy, her new bloke, and like this future so-and-so. Oh, okay. She started talking about her new boyfriend, Kalam? And yeah, they're trying to contact you just to get your attention. It's like really sad. It's like, don't you have enough attention from your new supply already? Like, why are you trying to get attention from me? Like, you know what I mean? Leave me alone. But you guys know narcissists don't leave us alone, So crazy. And Psychic, Dashton, you said thank you ever so kindly. You're welcome. And he's on my mind. Hi, how are you? Kalam, you said your ex-girlfriend also kept apologizing, but I know she doesn't mean it. She wouldn't take responsibility for anything. Yeah, they'll apologize for their own benefit. Like, they don't really mean that apology. Like, if they ever say sorry to you, they're only saying sorry, like, maybe to see if you're going to come back, or if they can keep you as a supply in their life, basically. You know what I mean? Because I know my aunt, she was a narc, and I'll never forget this, you guys. The last day that I ever saw my aunt, I kind of like gave it to her, you guys. I basically told her like how everything that she did to me while I was living with her, how it made me feel, right? And I'm sitting here explaining to her, telling her, and she was just like, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. And I'm like, that's not an apology. Like, you are sorry that I feel that way. You're supposed to say, oh, I'm sorry, like I made a mistake, or maybe that was wrong of me to treat you like that. You didn't deserve that. Maybe, again, I'm speaking from her perspective, like maybe her childhood, or maybe the way that she grew, or just the way that she was living her life. She could have felt like, she didn't live her life to the fullest. And maybe in the way that I was living my life, it kind of triggered things inside of her and, made her feel some kind of way, like, well, man, like Joy is living her life and she doesn't really care like what I think, and maybe when she was growing up, her mom or whoever was around her influenced her to live her life like that. She wasn't happy, but that has nothing to do with me. You get me? So, but yeah, that when narcissists, they don't if they ever apologize, 9 times out of 10, they don't mean it. And I know that's hurtful. So, let's see, where are we at? And thank y'all for being in the room. I appreciate y'all. I'm trying to see. Oh, Deidre, you said, I also noticed that all the narcissists I've dated aren't very attractive, and they're a trophy, and they cheat with loser people because they're alcoholics. Well, the ones I've met just use me. Yeah. Most of them, they're not that. They're like, all right, this is going to sound weird. Like, I don't think that there's ugly people, but I guess you would say there's people that are like really attractive and there's people that's like not so attractive. Like, I'll tell you guys this, like, I don't know what I was thinking because the narc that I dealt with, he was okay. He wasn't like how my boyfriend is now, but it's like, I'm like, why was I even tripping? Like, to be honest, like, I would tell you guys, like, my narc kind of reminded me of P. Diddy a little bit. Like, he was tall, dark, and I don't know. It was just like, I don't know. I would say like maybe I was tripping or something. Or maybe I was just more so in love with that Making a Band TV show. And I was like, yeah, it was crazy. But I will tell you this, their new supply though, that they get, a lot of them are not they're probably okay looking, but they probably don't look as good as us per se. Now, and that actually happened in my case because you guys, when I saw the narc with the new supply, you guys, I was going crazy, right? And it's probably a good thing I wasn't making videos when it actually happened to me during that time, because I probably would have been a mess on camera, you guys. But I remember I was like out and about and I was at a McDonald's and I actually like randomly asked this guy and I was like, what do you think of this person right here? And I was like, the guy that I was talking to, he actually chose this girl over me. He was like, what? Like, really? He was like, you look way better. Not saying, you should be with a person because of looks. It's not really about the looks. It's about the individual personality, character, right? But, sometimes, and they always say narcissists downgrade a lot of the times, so. But yeah, psychic, Dashton, you said they accused me of cheating and all the BS because readings require people. Oh, man. Yeah, and a lot of times narcissists, they actually project onto their victims and their survivors what they're doing onto them. So basically, like if the narcissist is cheating on you, they'll say to you like, hey, why are you cheating on me? Or they'll try to be suspicious because in actuality, they're the ones that's doing it, And then they'll project their insecurities onto you, But and he's on my mind. Good. Yes. Hey. And he's on my mind. You said that's deep. Actually feel sorry for the narc. Yeah. Yeah, some people feel sorry for the narc, and then other people are just like, hey, they got what they deserve, I'm to be honest, at this point in my life, you guys, because like I said, I have not been in contact with the narc that I dealt with since 2014. And at this point, I'm just like pretty grateful because I'm like, well, it actually made me a better person. And I turned my pain into my passion, into my power. So I don't know. I feel like if I didn't meet the narc, I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. So I'm grateful. But I would say before, I don't know. I was just really feeling sorry for myself. I felt like, man, I felt like maybe I missed out, but in actuality, I didn't, but I would say I felt that years ago. I don't feel that way now. But, I'm definitely in a space where I'm just like, okay, God, like, I'm sure this happened for a reason, so. But And Psychic Destin, you said along with others and his flying monkeys weirdly were convinced to, yeah, they have flying monkeys. I experienced that too. It's kind of scary because honestly, you guys, I didn't know anything about like flying monkeys and a narc harem, and I didn't know what that stuff meant, and I had to, do my research. But the narcissist flying monkeys are basically people that the narc has around them and that basically like does their dirty work for them. So they'll like contact you, reach out to you, call you on the phone, or reach out to you via social media, and maybe some of them will pretend to be the narc, or they'll be working for the narc. I know myself, I actually had someone call me on my phone. I think I shared this story with you guys. I remember I had went away. I was away at a business conference, and I guess the narc had been watching my Twitter page. That's where I originally met him. And I guess he saw that I was in a different state, and then I guess he was watching me every day on my Twitter page. And then I guess he's seen that I was back at home. And then I guess he had somebody call my phone asking for his name. I never mentioned the narc's name just because I'm not that kind of person. I just want to like help people, and I want to be a support to people. I'm not into like, naming names, because I don't know. That's just not my energy. But yeah, they was like, is the narc there? And I'm like, no, the narc is not here. I mean, we're not together. We don't live with each other. The narcissist has a new girlfriend, so it's clearly not me, so. But yeah, I had that happen. And I also had like random people calling my phone, hanging up, like block numbers, private numbers, people listening to me breathe. People would like reach out to me on Facebook with fake profile pictures. Basically the person would have one photo, or they would have photos of like girls on there with like bikinis, and it would just, you could tell the person just made the profile like today, you know what I mean? So I knew he was watching. And even recently, I think I was telling you guys that the narc, I guess he found my LinkedIn page, because like I said, the narcissist is always watching. So don't think for a chance that they're not watching you, like even now. I know it sounds crazy, and it's probably scary, right? But it's true. And so, yeah, he looked on my LinkedIn page. So I know he's probably looking now, but, I just got to speak my truth and, help others overcome this type of situation, so. But he's on my mind. You said correction. You said, I feel sorry that they weren't loved correctly. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's unfortunate because people become narcissists. Narcissists are not like, basically narcissists are made. People are not born a narcissist, basically, so I mean, they just, I don't know, they didn't reach out for help, I guess, or they just felt like they didn't want to talk to anyone about it. And I know the narc taught me that asking for help was weak, which I totally disagree. That is not true at all. You always want to, reach out for professional help or guidance or support. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I feel like that's strength, because you're acknowledging like, hey, like there's an issue here. There's a problem here. How can I solve this? What do I need to do? What's my next action step? You know what I mean? So I honestly, I would say, that takes strength, and it takes courage, So, and let's see where we at. Psychic Destin, you said my narc is a Gemini moon, Virgo, Capricorn rising. Okay. Very good looking. Everyone likes them. Yep, they're hilarious too, but all evil. Yeah. Man, oh man, those narcs, I tell you, y'all. And if you guys know anybody else that's dealing with the narc, tell them about my YouTube channel and have them come on the live, and we can all just be a support group and just chat it up and talk it out, so. But yeah, it's a sad thing. It really is, And DJ, you said exactly. He's on my mind. Yes, I'm seeing why I met the narc, but the pain has sucked. Yeah, in my experience, you guys, the pain, it was just, I almost felt like it was unbearable. But thank God for God himself, because if it wasn't for God, like you guys, I don't even know where I would be. Because I would tell you, I always say the story, like I literally cried. And I don't know if it's because I have Cancerian moon and Pisces rising. And like the water signs can be kind of emotional. But you guys, I literally cried for 6 months. Like, I will never forget this. Like, after I went no contact with the narc, I would say like my whole body went through like a withdrawal. I think I was just like wanting the narc, wanting him to be there with me. And it's like he was not in my life anymore. I had to do that because, again, the narcissist is not going to let you go. We have to let them go because we're realizing that they're not good for us in all ways, right? But yeah, I just remember crying. I would wake up, you guys, and I would cry like every single day for 6 months. But that just wasn't about the narcissist. That was more so about other things. Like the narcissist was like a catalyst for my healing. Like, you know, dealing with my codependencies, dealing with my childhood traumas, dealing with PTSD and feeling lonely and feeling worthless and having low self-esteem, having low confidence. I had to like work on that. You know what I mean? And not feeling loved when I was a kid, or not feeling like my mom and my dad didn't really get to know me. They didn't get to know joy. You know what I mean? And understanding that I wasn't going to have that relationship that I thought that I should have with my mom and my dad. I had to realize that that wasn't going to happen, but I just had to accept and I had to grieve that, you know. And also too, I had to actually talk to my mom and my dad individually about how I felt my childhood was, not blaming them, but just kind of, you know, talking and, you know, kind of getting that awareness, but moving on from it, like forgiving myself, forgiving my parents, understanding that nobody's perfect. You know, they're on a journey too, but I had to let that go. So I think it was all of that I had to deal with, you know, what kind of led to that. You know, I just had to be by myself. I had to like grieve all of that. And that's a lot to deal with, you know, because I also feel like the longer you're with the narcissist, the longer, you know, it's going to take for you to heal. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the other video, but sometimes the longer we're with them, we actually become like them. So we have to actually get back to ourselves. You know what I mean? So yeah, Psychic Dashting, you said I have another YouTube channel that has all recordings of the abuse and verbal phone calls and drama, but it's private and it's slandered by other YouTubes. So yay, bullies. Oh my God, I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, sometimes people will record like if they know like something is not right, and maybe they just want to get that validation that they're not crazy. They may record a conversation with a person. That could be good for the courts, you know, like if you need to get legal people involved, that's good. But now you have to know, like if you got to record a person, then you know something is not right. You know what I mean? It's toxic. It's not healthy. It's dysfunctional. You know what I mean? And it's no judgment, but it's like, you know, you got to get out of there if you got to record a person. But sometimes you may need evidence, you know, from a person. And he's on my mind. You said, I watched a lot. I was like, am I a narc? Yeah. Sometimes we may question ourselves. Yeah. And I think too, I talked about this. So when I used to live in California, I used to drive for Lyft and Uber. And there was this one girl, and I had met a lot of people. That's what I would say I did enjoy doing the taxi work thing. But there was this girl that she was asking me like what I did. And I told her I was like, you know, a narcissist abuse coach. And she was like, oh, okay. And she was telling me, she said she felt that she was dealing with a narcissist. And I can't remember how long she said she was with. I think it was like 4 or 5 years or something. But she ended up telling me that because she was with this person for so long, she felt like she was becoming just like him. Because you know how they say better people, my words are mixing up. Birds of a feather flock together. So like when you're around a person, you're kind of picking up off their habits and their traits, their everything. You're like kind of being just like them, you know. So the longer you're with the narc, the more you're going to be just like them. And so she was basically saying like, you know, after she split with her narc, that the new person that she was talking to, because for one, she didn't do her healing. She didn't, you know, she said she didn't work on herself. She was just more so, she didn't want to be alone. She was afraid to be by herself. And so I guess she went to the next person and she realized the same stuff that the previous guy was doing to her, she was doing it to this new guy. And she said that she felt bad because she knew that he didn't deserve that and that she had to work on herself, you know. So that's something that you always want to make sure that, you know, you do your healing, and it takes time, you know, and I always say, don't do it by yourself, you know, reach out to me or reach out to another coach or whatever the case is. But you want to make sure that you get that support, because it can get hard, because we can slip back and go go and contact the narc, or we may be looking out for hope, thinking that the narc is going to change, and we may be stalking the narcissist, on their social media. So that's why I always say it's good to, reach out. But yeah. And you said turn off comments, Vampire Slayer. Oh, what? Should I turn it off? I was thinking the wrong thing. You're telling Vampire Slayer to turn off the comments. Yeah. Definitely. And Gary, you said narcissists in the workplace is a good topic, like bosses and employees. Yeah, I think I made a video on that, Gary. I probably can leave that below, but I actually had a boss that I felt like it was a narc. And I would tell you guys this, not everybody is a narcissist, right? Because I know this topic has become very popular, right? A lot of people talking about it, but there's specific traits and specific characteristics. But I was actually, before I started doing my coaching and stuff, and readings, I had a job that I was working. It's like a factory job. And the one boss, he was okay. I still had I didn't really care for him like that, to be honest. But there was this other lady that had came, because there was a plant kind of job, and she had came over out of nowhere. And I guess she wasn't new. She was new to our side of the company. And I noticed, like, when I first saw her, just because I'm very intuitive and I can kind of like see through people, and just like when I looked into her eyes, I could just see that she was just evil, And what's crazy is, like, you guys, they said the only reason why she came over and switched over to our plant was because they said she was being like racist to like some of the workers on the other side. And so they like just transferred her over to our side. And I'm like, that's interesting. But just not just her being like racist or whatever, but just, I don't know, just her demeanor and her whole attitude towards like people in general. Like, she was just like very standoffish and was very quiet. And like, when she would walk on certain lines, she would only speak to like the higher up people. And she just had like this evil demeanor about herself. And she would just, I remember one time in particular, we needed help on the line. And they was telling us, oh, you guys need to hurry up and get these boxes together. It's like a lot of you and not that much work, and you guys need to pick it up. And I remember one time she walked over and she was like, you guys need to hurry up. And it's funny though, because there was this younger girl, she had walked over. I mean, she was like working with us, and she was like, oh, are you going to help us? Like, are you going to get more people on the line so we can actually get the job done? And she just like got quiet, and she actually started helping us. So I was like, I don't know. I feel like narcissists are cowards, because like, they only like pick on people that they know that won't like speak up for themselves, or that will like put up with their BS, But I don't know. I felt like in her instance, like, she abused her power. And then there was another instance too where we needed help. And I guess she didn't want to make it seem like she wasn't helping. So she just like started cutting open boxes. I guess it in her mind, it looked good. Like, she wasn't doing it because she really wanted to help us. She was just doing it so like people can feel, or people would think like she wasn't either racist or she wasn't not trying to help us, So I don't know. I personally never said anything to her. Like, I try not to make eye contact with her, or I try not to talk to her. Like, even when I did talk to her, you guys, I could just tell, like, I'm looking at somebody that's evil. Like, I don't know. Like, can you guys tell if a person is evil or not? Like, I know it sounds crazy, but like, I don't know. I could just feel like I can just look into a person's eyes and I could just see evilness. But I don't know. That's what I felt like with her. She was just, and a lot of people did not like her. A lot of people did not like her. And apparently I heard that she transferred to a different department. She's not even doing the same type of work when I was working there. And then I'll tell you guys another example. So I remember when I was actually leaving the job that I used to work at before, like earlier this year. I think it was last year. And I think they didn't want me to leave, you guys. And I don't know, they could have been narcissists, or it could have just been racist. I don't know, whatever the case. I'm thinking more so narcissist. But I told them that I was leaving, and I told them why. I basically said, like, I felt like I was being mistreated. And they was asking me who was doing the mistreating. And I felt like they already knew who it was. So I didn't even get into names. Remember, I told you guys I'm not about naming people, but they knew who it was. And so the guy was basically telling me, he was like, okay, Joy, I don't want you to leave, but if you, we understand if you have to leave, blah, blah, blah. But if you change your mind, let me know. And so they were trying to suck up to me. They were trying to be nice to me. So it could be like, kind of grooming, trying to be nice, like not saying love bombing, but just kind of trying to make it so that I don't leave so they can continue to abuse me, right? Continue to mistreat me. And so I basically let them know, like, well, they knew that I was insane. And so what happened was they ended up putting me in the freezer, you guys. Can you believe that? It was so crazy. I even like laugh now because I'm like, well, the guy manager, he was, I don't know. I don't think he was a narcissist per se, but he was very covert, like about like maybe his mistreatment or whatever. But like the female, I feel like she could have been a narcissist. She was covert, but like very passive aggressive. That's what I would say. So, but yeah, I know that was like a long response, but yeah. And I'm like losing track of the comments, but yeah. But yeah, come on, you said, yeah, I met her new partner and she said it about me as well, but it was a damn lie. Oh, wow. Oh, so what was that like meeting her new partner, Cologne? And hi, Star Clouds. Hello, welcome. And Psychic Dashton, you said, I know I became similar to them since they made the unrealistic rules that work for him. So I treat them with similar toxic punishment. Oh, wow. Excuse me. And Psychic Dashing, you said, so they hate it when we act like the narc, but they think it's okay to be that way. They are towards people. It's nonsense. Yeah. Like basically the narcissist doesn't want you to treat them like how they treat us. They can't deal with that. They're not going to put up with that, but they expect us, the victims and the survivors, to deal with that. And that's not okay. And that's not fair at all. And you shouldn't put up with it either. And if you feel like you're stuck, you feel like you have to stay, then you want to make sure you're working on escaping or getting away from it, right? It's like that's not our destiny to be abused forever and to be mistreated forever. That's not anybody's like destiny in life, Psychic Dashing, you said, but there's just benefits with a narcissist. We don't want to leave anyone, lose anyone. It's always hard. Yeah, it's hard. It is, especially the longer you're with the narcissist, the worse it's hard to go no contact. The worse it's hard to leave. It is. I definitely understand. I totally get that. And Dashing, you said, especially when everyone else makes you feel alone and reject you, but the narc is always there to stalk, to push and pull away, break up every day. Man. Yeah, that is something else. Star Clouds. Yeah, they are cowards. That's for sure. And Psychic Dashing, you said, and being isolated, and if I had a phone, yet they break it, hack it, so it's fun to be just they'll control you. Excuse me, they'll control you and isolate you from family and friends. That's what the narc that I dealt with eventually did. And you guys, I did not realize it was going on, but yeah, he was isolating me from the people that were really close to me, people that really cared about me and loved me, because basically the narcissist knows what they're doing. And they don't want anybody to break you away from their abuse. And I've never shared this with you guys. So during a period of time where I was moving into my new apartment, I actually was staying with a coworker of mine. We became friends. And it's crazy, you guys, because the narcissist was actually getting close to my friend. Like he would ask to like talk to my friend and everything. And I'm like, that's a little weird. I mean, I guess in his mind, he's like, oh, okay, let me see if I can get a friend on my side. Maybe it can kind of keep me stuck, or like me wanting to like deal with the abuse. Because I will never forget this, you guys. I remember the narc had been talking to my friend and they were quote unquote cool or whatever. And I remember I was telling her like little things that he would say and do to me that I felt that was like kind of off. And she was like, oh no, I like him. He's cool and this and this. And I'm like, what? So sometimes the narcissist will do that. They will treat your friends nice and they will treat you like crap, And so it will kind of leave you confused about whether you should stay or go, or whether you should go no contact or stay in no contact. Whether you could stay in contact or go no contact. So that's an interesting thing. I'll definitely, maybe I can make a video about that. But yeah, they'll treat other people very nice, even strangers, even sometimes your family and friends. They may treat them really nice, but behind closed doors, they're abusing you, man, making you feel like crap, gaslighting you, giving you the silent treatment. It's pretty scary, you guys. Pretty scary. And but yes. And Star Claus, you said sometimes. And Dashin, you said when there isn't anything I have energy for. Man, everyone I run into is a user, temporary flash in a pan person. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully it gets better for you, Dashin. And like I said, you guys, if you feel like you need support or you just need to vent, definitely get a coaching session with me. I'm here for you guys. I would love to support you in any way that I can. Y'all can check out my link below. But it's a tough thing dealing with narcissistic abuse. Trust me, it's not easy at all. I think I told you guys, it took me 2 years to really to be able to heal. And still time to time I'll have triggers, but it's not like how it used to be. Because I used to have nightmares, night terrors, and feeling like people were out to get me. Like, it's a scary thing, you guys. And we get PTSD, CPTSD, and we got to work through all that. So it's a challenge, so. Kalam, you said they don't care about anyone, even the new supply. Exactly. They only want us as a supply. Correct. You got that right. It's sad. Psychic Dashing, you said I got them to be banned from my place, but they just knocked on my window last night, 5 a.m. If I get caught with them here, I'd be evicted. Oh, wow. Man. And you said they accuse me of having sex with even in my mom is what? Yeah, I have heard of narcissists accusing people of having sex with their close family members. Yeah, they're sick. They're very sick individuals. I can't even go to your own apartment if they threaten to show up because I could get evicted, so I hide at my mom's. Wow. And when I make friends, they take them and won't let me see them. Yeah, the narcissists, they will, especially the females, they don't want you to have relationships because they feel like that's going to interfere with the relationship that they have with you. I don't know if I told you guys a story. I actually had a person that I thought was a friend that came into my life. And we were pretty close, but he had an ex-girlfriend that did not like me. I guess she was jealous of me or felt intimidated. I guess she was used to controlling him and she didn't like me. And so she said that she was pregnant just to kind of keep control over him. Some female narcissists will do that. And some male narcs will try to get you pregnant to keep you trapped. So, yeah, and my aunt too tried to sabotage certain relationships, not all, but certain relationships. She did not like me having people. She didn't like people getting too close to me. Especially, I remember when, it's funny because I didn't even realize I was dealing with 2 narcs, but yeah, she didn't like the narc that was in my life. And she tried to sabotage that. She got so upset, so angry with me, furious. And yeah, it's a scary thing. So, and then Psychic Dashing, you said they also have had set. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. They also had an ex where they fought and he ended up in her mom's bed and married their what? Oh my God, that is so sick. And he's on my mind. You said I cut many off. That's good. Keep cutting them off. He's on my mind. You say, yeah, I'm still healing on year 1. Good. And I had all of that and many angry days. Yeah, a lot of us were angry with ourselves, I think. And I think maybe we could feel disappointed that maybe we stayed for so long and that maybe that we had so much hope where there was or shouldn't have been any hope. But I get it. A lot of us are empathic people, maybe HSPs, introverted people, and we want to see the good in people. We want to believe the best about people. But sometimes we got to be, rooted in reality and understand that you can't fix anybody or you can't fix everybody. You can't help everybody. Everybody is not meant to be helped, And that's something that I had to learn too, even with, certain victims and survivors of dealing with narcissists. Not everybody wants to heal it. Some people are okay with it. And that's cool if that's, if that's how you want to live. But, I only want to help people that want to be helped, But he's on my mind. You said I made him block me. Good. I kept calling him in the new supply. Oh, wow. How did that go? That's interesting. I don't take BS very well. Good. I'm like, I'm having a bad day, so I hit them up. Now I'm forgiving myself for overreacting. Yeah, that can happen. I know. I was actually thinking of telling a new supply about the narc that I dealt with, but I was like, no, that's not my job to do. And it's funny because I think I had mentioned this before, but someone was actually trying to warn me about the narcissist after she had her experience. And even to this day, I think I mentioned this before, she did not tell me what the narc did. And I really, 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 truly wish I'd known, but I have no clue what the narc did. And she tried to tell me, she basically told me, you guys, she said, Joy, if you have any contact with the narcissist, and she was like, it's not personal. She's like, I know you're a very sweet person, you got a good head on your shoulders. And she was like, I know you're genuine, but she was like, the narcissist, she's like, I can't get down with him. And she was like, if you have contact with him, she's like, I can't have contact with you. That's what she told me, you guys, straight up. And I have not heard from her since. And this was back in, I want to say this was 2013 when this happened, right? So yeah, who knows what he did to her. But yeah, definitely you want to make sure that you don't reach out to the narc or the new supply, because really, you're going to feel bad after it. You're going to be like, yeah, I acted off her emotions. And then the new supply and the narc, that's going to fuel their relationship, and that's going to put their relationship on a pedestal, and that's going to want to make them be with each other longer. You know what I mean? So you don't want to do that. You want to be the person that's moving on, focusing on yourself and healing yourself and recovering. And then you'll be ready to continue on and moving on with your life, and eventually getting into a better and a healthier and a happier relationship, right? That's the goal. And Gary, you said one of my deal breakers is being friends with an ex, and automatic no. Exactly. I'm with you. And I had to learn that the hard way, you guys. I didn't know, basically, like, if a person is still in contact with their ex, with the exceptions, if it's like a kid involved, and even then, it doesn't have to be, they're on the phone with their baby mama or their baby dad for hours or two. It could be kind of quick. But I had a person that I was talking to, and he was, I don't know if he was still in love with his ex or if he just liked the fact of two girls fighting over him. Some people are petty like that. But yeah, that's a no-go for me. That's a deal breaker. So I feel that. And Haley, you said, why did the narc pick you? Well, that's a good question. Sometimes they pick you because you're a good target. You're a good supply for them. You have something that they need, something that they want, and they want to extract it from you, and yeah, sometimes they're using you for your home. They could be using you for sex. They could be using you for finances, or you could just look good to them, and you could just be a good emotional punching bag. Just really, it's really about the narcissist, to be honest. Somebody that's going to settle for less, somebody that's not going to speak up for themselves, somebody that may have low self-esteem, somebody that may have not had their dad in their life, or may not have had their mom in their life, that kind of stuff. So, and hopefully that was helpful. But he's on my mind. You said they are a scam artist and it's not personal. Yeah. So true. That is very, very true, man. But yeah, I'm so happy all of you guys were in the room. Make sure y'all show up each time. This is awesome. But I'm going to head out of here. I hope that this was helpful. And again, you guys, if there's any topics that you guys want to learn about, make sure that you leave them below in the comment box. I'm signing out. And he's on my mind. You said, I've heard about pushing them together, and that makes me feel bad, but it keeps him away from me. I did kind of want to sabotage it, but I'm also like pissing him off. I apologize to myself for my behavior. Yeah, you're gonna regret it. Like after you you do what you do, like whatever you try to reach out to the narc or the new supply, or you try to rat out the narc, you'll see like, yeah, that was a mistake. But it's okay. Forgive yourself and, you know, keep moving on, you know. But yeah, you can't sabotage it. The narcissist has already secured that new supply. That new supply is not going anywhere unless the narcissist does something that the new supply will go somewhere. But they're pretty secured, you know. But and Psychic Deshaun, you said, are you a 10th house Aquarius or Pisces? I think I'm a 10th house Pisces, I want to say. And you're so welcome. I will see y'all next time. Next Sunday, I will be back. Like I said, any topics y'all want to learn about, leave them below. If you guys want to donate to this channel with the continuation of me making these videos, please feel free to do so. It's always appreciated. $1, $2, anything. If you guys want to leave, if you are feeling called to do so, please feel free. And if you guys want support or any coaching sessions, or if you want to vent about, you know, your experience dealing with a narcissist, you know, definitely please feel free to reach out to me. You're not a burden and you're not weak for reaching out for help, because I do feel like a lot of people believe that, and that's not true at all. Or if there's any video and audio courses you guys want to check out. So, because some people I understand they like the do-it-yourself kind of thing, and that's cool too. Definitely get a video audio course. And I have some more courses that are going to be coming out by the end of this year, and a group coaching that I'm going to be formulating sometime next year. So stay tuned. So a lot of good things are coming up. And if you guys are not, make sure that you're subscribed to my email list so you can stay updated on the things that I'm doing. But yes, I'm signing out. If you feel like this video could help somebody, share it with them. And if you feel like somebody that you know is dealing with a narcissist, share this video with them and tell them about me, so that way we can all benefit and help each other. And Groody, me too. Yes, indeed. All right. Love you guys. And don't forget, if you want to support the channel, go ahead and donate to Cashapp, $CoachJoy510, or I put my email in there wrong. It's livenarcfree9@gmail.com. My bad, you guys. That's for the PayPal. So anyway, I love y'all, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.